So here we have the Joel Salatin chicken tractor technique. We got 35 Cornish cross in here. They're about 5 weeks old. Right now they have food in front of them, 12 on and 12 off. So 12 hours of food from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. basically. And get this opened up here. This is kind of an alternate design pin that I made off of Joel Salatin's plans. A little more expensive, but I wanted it to be durable and slide easily on our grass, so I did the PVC gig. But there's the chickies there. They are a mere 3 weeks away from slaughter. They'll be 5 to 6 pounds butchered out. Here we got a bell waterer. This is worth the investment, definitely. It just hangs and hooks up to a 5-gallon bucket. In the 5-gallon bucket, you just keep it full of water. So I fill that up every morning for them. And every morning, basically, I come out and I'll take their feed container out, and then I'll pull the tractor to a new section of the yard. So we don't have a huge yard, but there's plenty of space to, my daughter Lillian, there's plenty of space to pull it around. So you can kind of actually see how quickly the grass recoups. So this was from yesterday, and it's pretty smashed down, but then you take it a day back, it's a little greener, a little bit greener. And they're in the spots that are brown are always where the food was. You can see where the food tray was laying, and then they kind of camp on either side. But every morning after I move them, I spray the grass down to make sure that all the poop kind of gets into the ground. But it's so much fertilizer, it kind of burns the grass. But as you can see, though, on this row here, so this was last week. I mean, there's hardly anything that you can tell that they were there. So the grass actually recoups really nicely, and basically all to do is just pull this around every day. Pull it, fill up their water, fill up their food, and they pretty much self-regulate. These are Cornish cross chickens, so they grow really, really rapidly. They're actually for meat, and they're a mix. They're a straight run, so they're a mix of hens and roosters. But you don't have to really worry about them crowing, because by the time they learn to crow, they're kind of already in freezer camp. So not a big deal there. So they're pretty neat. They're pretty quiet. They don't smell real bad as long as you just keep the ground sprayed down after you move them. So this is our meat chicken setup. Really easy and really, really good tasting meat for sure. And then our ducks. So I've got all my ducks in a row here. These are our khaki Campbells. That guy right there, his name's Big Boy. He's our only male. And then we have 5 khaki Campbell girls, 1 khaki Campbell male. And then we have a few cayugas. And my wood pile there. Our Welsh Harlequin girl there. She is a sweetie compared to our other ducks. Our other ducks, not very affectionate, and so with khaki Campbells, that's kind of their MO. Everything is like a deteriorating hostage situation. Like you can see, like even as I walk up to them, they just want to run away. So there's one of our little cayuga girls. Trying to get that green head of hers. They have a really beautiful incandescent green and purple feathers. And actually, if you have a fly shop around you that does fly fishing lures, sometimes they'll actually buy the feathers off of you. So, because they use them for tying flies, rather. Here's our girls. So we change out this kiddie pool a couple times a day, and that keeps the water nice and fresh for them. We also have this little watering system here, which is just basically a big old storage container with holes cut in. We fill that up every day with water. As far as the structure that they're in, I just built this myself, and it's actually just 8 panels. All the panels are the same except for the door panel. And it's got hardware cloth on the bottom, and then that hardware cloth extends out beyond here. So it's actually not buried in the ground. It comes out this way. And so any animals that try to get up here and dig, they're not going to get to anything because they're just going to hit hardware cloth. If I could do it all over again, and I may do this winter, I may pull this and then just put hardware cloth all the way up. We haven't had any predator issues, but that doesn't mean that I want any predator issues. And then on top of that, every single night, so they come in here, I'll close this door up, but then also I close up their pen too. So with ducks, your square footage in their nesting area, their sleeping area, needs to be about 2.5 square. Oh, we got a broody girl in here. She wants me to leave her alone. About 2.5 square feet, I believe, is the appropriate amount for sleeping space. But you'll want them to have a lot more run space than that. As far as feeding system goes, got a self feeder here. I do need to replace this can because it's sun rot now. But basically, what you do is you take a 4-inch PVC elbow and you just cut around a garbage can, and then you cut about half of that elbow off, kind of grind this down, make it smooth. And what it does is, get this out so you can see, it makes this nice little downward lip here. The feed all kind of self-feeds in there. This is just layer pellets mixed with niacin, which gives nice strong bones for those duckies. And as you can tell, my lid is just falling completely apart. But this kind of keeps the rain off. They get their beaks down in there and eat. Really, really good. So this has been really good. If I could do this over again, definitely would do it with a metal garbage can, and I have to upgrade to a metal garbage can, so I'll yank these off, put a metal garbage can in. This works for chickens too, if I'm not mistaken. I think I originally saw these off of chicken plants, and it just happened to work with our ducks. So I've got an access gate there, access gate here. The ramp, specifically if you're going to get ducks, needs to be pretty gradual because they do not climb very well. I've got a little light here that's just a solar panel I got on Amazon for like $5, I think, $6. Kind of turn that on and off. Access point here. We just keep our hay there. So that's it. I mean, it's kind of a simple setup, but we try to keep it as clean as possible, and we change out the bedding once a week. And the ducks are really happy. They love foraging, and they are like the slug's bane too. They really put the hurt on slugs and bugs, as you can tell. They just love being out there. And because this is our backyard where our girls play and stuff, and our ducks are, we don't treat the grass or anything, so we water, but it's mostly just clover, as you can tell, which is good. The ducks love it. So anyway, that's kind of our little duck and chicken setup, and hopefully that's kind of helpful. Say bye, or just run away. That works too. Oh, so the other thing somebody did mention, and this is the last bit I'll say, ducks are messy. They are like chicken poop is kind of crumbly, kind of like what you would, I guess, traditionally think bird poop is. When it comes to ducks, think more like microwaved chocolate pudding. It's bad. But here in Oregon, we get tons of rain in the valley, and so it kind of just cleans everything out. But during the winter time, all of this area out to in here, they'll just have this completely muddy, because once a little bit of water gets going, they love it. So, but the lawn recoups pretty well though. So anyway, that's that.
Okay? Wait for me here. I'll be back.
And there's some delicious chickens on the porta spit. How long have these been on, Ben?
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half, and they are looking fine. 5-pounder and a 6-pounder. Sweet potatoes and corn over the fire. Is this a Papua New Guinean recipe, Max?
It's no use until when we come to a time where you don't have power.
Yeah, right. Right.
And when you don't have processed food.
Right.
You only have the food from the garden.
Yeah. Then it's handy.
And then this is the way you're gonna feed
Yeah.
your family or friends, whoever.
Yeah.
Because you don't have processed food. Only food you have is food from the garden, and you have only fire, no power.
Yeah, right.
You know, so
Yeah, looks great.